Hello there, my name is Crisostomo from BSc 1C. Join me as I discuss measure of variability, what it is, and its applications to our lives. But before we go any further, we must first define what measure of variability is. So the measure of variability is a summary statistic that represents the amount of dispersion in a data set. In layman's term, how spread out the values are. So within the system, we use three methods of calculating, namely range, variance, and standard deviation. So let's identify each one briefly. Range pertains to the difference of the highest and the lowest number in a set of scores, while variance is the comparing of each value to the mean. Lastly, standard deviation is the number representing how far from the average each score is. There. Now that we are aware of what these methods stand for, it's time to put them to use and show how handy they can really be in real life. So, first one, investors use variance to see how much risk an investment carries and whether it will be profitable or not. The second one, conducting a poll about the most recommended K-drama. Who doesn't like watching K-dramas, right? The third one, monitoring the consistency of the blood pressure of a person, which is critical. The fourth one, demand of food products monthly. This is very useful for business owners. The fifth one, golf scores to know the consistency of the performance. So this really shows if a gamer or if the player really has a potential of playing the sport. The sixth, recording midterm exam scores to know the performance of the whole class. The seventh, knowing the time spent on screen every day and how varied or consistent it is. So it's very important for us to know how much time we spend on our phones or our laptops. So this might prevent us from spending too much, or maybe, who knows, we can add more. The eighth is height and weight ranges in a class or community. So this one, it's more of like health related, so this can also be critical. 9 is the increase and decrease of cases day by day of COVID cases in the country, if there has been an improvement or not. And lastly, the duration of daily commute to work or school to know if the time given for it is enough or not. So no one wants to be late for class or even for work. So trying to know the differences or trying to know the range of the daily commute can lead to a punctual record or a very tardy one. So these are very typical examples of where we use measure of variability that we don't really frequently realize. So now I hope that I've shown you how great this topic is. So once again, this is Crisostomo. Thank you for listening.